So, Dogecoin to $1. Well, this could get interesting. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are new, please do subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a like and comment. It helps. Obviously, check out the links below. Yes, I know the title is very controversial, but on the screen here, Wallstreetbets. We're going to talk about that in terms of what it means for the stock market and Wall Street, essentially. What it is, why it's happening, and why I feel that, obviously with the tweets, what's happened now and in the news, if you just search Dogecoin right now, you'll see a lot. Again, it's all fun and games, but please, this is educational. Don't get burnt. Don't catch the pump. You've probably missed it. You know, essentially it could go higher, but ultimately it's risky trying to do this sort of thing. So let's talk about it first. But before we go on, tomorrow live analysis, again, 2 p.m. UK time, I am live. Top of my YouTube channel, there will be a little link very soon. Well, essentially by the time you watch this video, to watch it or be reminded of said video so you can get to the actual notification. So what is Wallstreetbets? It's been around since 2012. It's basically a Reddit, people talking about stocks, and ultimately that market sentiment has allowed the emotional side of trading bubble over, right? Let's just talk about it. So buying sentiment's been powerful, squeezing the shorts, allowing that trigger to activate to liquidate people in short positions, therefore leading the price to go even higher. We see it all the time in crypto, but there is one crypto that they have already talked about, and it's already been talked about previously in the past and recently on TikTok, as you probably well know. So already on this article, this was 18 hours ago, it had around 2.9 million people on it. It's now got more. 726,000 people were viewing the forum, and what they've essentially done is, as I've said, it's an organized group where they've been pushing things. They've actually set their sights on silver recently, so yeah, could get very interesting. But as you can see here, you know GameStop, COS, AMC, all these companies have just went bang boom, right to the moon, which is savage. But let's talk about it, because I've already said here, the numbers are already going up. The numbers are like, this is just mainstream adoption news for these guys now. This has been around for a long time, as you can see, but it's free to join for anyone if you're interested to have a little look. I mean, there we go, joined. It's so easy. So Reddit, if you've never known it, I'm on Reddit, but I don't use it that often. But this is absolutely savage. But we are talking here mass manipulation, which is, in my opinion, going to damage companies due to the unrealistic expectations for investors, people holding. There's been a lot of people, and I was watching CNBC yesterday on my TV, literally just seeing what was happening. And the main person from The Big Short has investments in GameStop. He made a lot of money. There's a lot of people that have turned $11 million investments into $900 million investments from buying stakes in companies like GameStop. It's unbelievable. But we talk about crypto now because we see this tweet here. Has Doge ever been to $1? This is the spectacle that we're talking about, this title here in this video. Will it happen? Probably not, no. Crypto works in a different kind of way. Dogecoin works in a different kind of way. It's been pumped multiple times. And as we always know about Dogecoin, it's not really a serious investment. It's a thing you can buy and hold and make money on, don't get me wrong. Yes, obviously. But it's not the sort of thing that you put your house on. But that's the thing that we need to talk about in this video. Do not get stuck in this, because you would lose massively. This could go freaking high. Will it go to $1? Probably not. Will it go quite high in Satoshis? Probably. Can you lose a lot of Bitcoin in this? Yes. So be careful. We'll talk about the price in a minute, so stick around. But we're already getting the mainstream news. Obviously, Doge pump and dump says, as I've just talked about the tweet there, we've already had a monstrous ride this morning, and it's only 20 to 11 UK time as I record this. Every morning I record these, it goes out at 6, 7, 8 hours later, essentially, depending on the time that I record. So with that in mind, you're probably going to watch this video and go, oh my god, that's crazy. But I've already alluded to this multiple times in videos. When Dogecoin pumps, the market moves. It always does. I've spoke recently, about 2 weeks ago, even on a live, I showed the dominance difference between Dogecoin and BTC, then the volume metrics going up, going from 90 million up to 3 billion volume in a matter of 2 days. it gets interest, it gets adoption, it gets people talking. Because it's a bit of a joke, let's be honest. It's funny at the same time. Elon Musk talks about it. You know, it's savage. And we look at here, I've already mentioned it, the TikTok pump versus today. We've already seen similarities of these little pumps. It's a big one, this one. It's a massive, massive pump. So we've got to look at this. We've got to take it seriously for one reason only. Safety in numbers for people in crypto. I know it sounds boring. It's not fun, but people could we're seeing a lot of new people come to the market right now. We're seeing a lot of people get influenced by certain people. I'm not going to mention any names. Sausage. As we all know about that. But the biggest problem with the world of crypto and new people, they will look at these gains and go, oh, it's a dead cert, I want to buy this, without realising what they've bought, without realising how to cash out, take profit, understanding the market dynamic versus stock market as well. So again, an hour ago this was released. Obviously it'll be a bit later for you guys. $1 Dogecoin, you know, it's going for it. It's gonna get interest, gonna get eyeballs, gonna get that market sentiment rolling. Could bring alt season a bit sooner for us as well, which would be quite nice. But we've got to be very, very careful. As you see here, Elon Musk is even tweeting about it. But let's talk about Dogecoin in its true self. Let's do a refresh. It's going up even more. The volume is now 2 billion. Look at the volume increase. That's what I'm talking about. Interest, eyeballs. And this is obviously an inflationary currency. It continues to birth out coins, essentially. But look at the history. We'll look at the history in more detail in a minute. But you can literally buy this anywhere. On most exchanges, you can literally buy this anywhere. And if I go to market, you'll see this. As you can see, it's on pretty much every exchange, but it's mainly all over the board, right? Every fair has got volume. Look at the amount of places you can buy this. It's going to get very, very interesting very, very quickly when you start to understand what could be happening here. And Dogecoin has not changed since day one. It has literally been the same old decentralized peer-to-peer digital currency that enables you to spend money online. It's just an internet currency. It's nothing that serious to take a big, massive amount of money out of, to buy into it. It's just one of those things. It just happened. It's got adopted. It's got mainstream use. And yeah, I think you can still actually earn Dogecoin for actually, you know, holding the currency, essentially having the app open. But we talk realistic here. So when we talk about Dogecoin, historically on the BTC pair, it has been renowned for rump, boom, rump, boom, rump. They're pump and dumps, by the way, just in my brain. Cool, I know. So let's look at the current levels. We've had a monstrous move today alone. Today alone. If I go into the daily time frame, it's been a monster. But it also came to a key level and took off like a rocket as well, which we will talk about. When we start talking about where we could go from here, and let's just talk about it. If we're looking at this low level, we went from, well, if I can move that fucking thing, it does my head in, that does. There we go. So if we're looking at the weekly time frame right now, right, this current proceedings, right, in my opinion, I think it'll carry on going higher, as you can probably allude to. We went from up to this 40 sats, went down to 25, and boom, 47 exhaustion a little bit, coming back down. But it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if we start going up to this level up here. If we start putting our cursor on here, there's multiple levels of support and resistance up there. It will also form a new high, potentially the body closure, which is also important for current price action going forward. So when we look at that, cool. If we're looking at other extensions as well in terms of retracing this level, we've obviously hit the ceiling right now, 40 Satoshis, which is cool. But we've also got other levels here, 52 in around that confluence level. That is important to know, that we still, in my opinion, probably could go further. And maybe by the time you watch this video, as America wakes up and sees all this as well, you may well find it's much higher than this level. So let's go a little bit deeper. Let's just look at other levels. Let's look at this obvious level here. Can we retrace up to basically 110 Satoshis? Well, maybe. If we break out of this rut and we start seeing things, we may well see stuff. So if this actually holds over 37 Satoshis and actually breaks above this level and keeps above it, we may well see a trend formation going upwards in a more aggressive formation. If that does happen, we may well find it continue going up and higher. If the dominance does drop in BTC, this will go up anyways. It's just the way it goes. But with volume, with interest, it will get very, very interesting. And ultimately, if we're starting to look at this and thinking, well, can we retrace up to, say, the 61.8? Maybe. That's another 82% gain. What about the top of this level, 110%? 174. But we're talking, can it go to $1? No. Let's just put that out there right now. When we're talking about where this can go in terms of multiple levels, that's like listing levels. We don't even know what that was. Time was different. We can't even use that as a metrics. The only thing that we can look at realistically is probably this top level here, which is essentially 188, which was in May 2017, right? If we start calculating the facts of 188 Satoshis and the BTC price, we're going to be nowhere near that level. And in my opinion, because the Bitcoin dominance is so high, this is, in my opinion, still undervalued in that sense. But the supply is massive. What the coin is, not really that good. Let's be honest, it's just an internet currency. There's no real woo factor there apart from people pumping it. So we got to think, well, it's 1 cent. Bitcoin will have to be incredibly, incredibly expensive to get to this point. The market cap is 1.5 billion, and the circulating supply is in the fucking gazillions. Let's be honest, it's fucking astronomical. So what can make this go to $1? Probably nothing. Sorry, unless it really, I don't know. I know I'm supposed to say certain things, as in nothing's impossible. It could always happen, but for me, it's never going to happen. Yes, it will get interest. Yes, it will probably go up in price due to metrics and pumping and dominance going high and then going low. All those sort of metrics when you look at that. But in terms of USD prices, and we're looking at levels of where it's been in the past and where it could go, and previous all-time high levels, which I'm not quite sure what the all-time high level was. Yeah, we are literally 33% down on all-time highs in USD prices. So yeah, when we talk about Dogecoin and think about mass adoption interest, $1, it's probably never going to happen, no matter how much money people throw at it. But that being said, this is crypto. Crazy things happen. Will it go to 10 cents? Maybe. 10x from here? Who knows? But for me, when you're looking at the element of can it do literally 100x, give or take, and we talk about, you know, this would have to be Ethereum levels. This would be Ethereum market cap and beyond. This would be billions on the table on a currency that is just used as a currency made from a dog who sadly passed away earlier last year, I think. So yeah, if you're new to the space and you're getting caught up with the Dogecoin hype, be careful, because this will go down in value very, very quickly as it goes up, because what's hot stays hot for a bit. Once it cools off, it tends to dump a little bit. So be careful. But overall, it's good for altcoins. It's bad for stocks. Crypto's mental. We're used to it. But as I say, invest low, sell high, invest what you can afford to lose. And most importantly, know what you're investing in. If you don't know about Dogecoin, do a bit of research, check it out. So yeah, that is Wall Street betting sorted, ticked off on the list. That is it explained for everyone who's wondering. And that is, most importantly, explaining for the first time on my channel ever, a mention for Dogecoin. See you later.